There we go. Ah, yes. Back to finger picking guitar. This is gonna be so good. So what we're gonna do to start is just run through a few different picking techniques on the guitar, because I know a lot of people play ukulele and are exploring guitar. Maybe they've had a guitar, and they haven't done anything with it, or whatever. We're just going to dig into some guitar technique. What I'm going to be doing today, oh, here comes Katie. Awesome. There we go. What I'm going to do today is I've just written out a chord progression to get us moving our right hand. And then what we'll do after that is we'll review some of the material that we've already done. In the next couple of weeks, we'll review all of that, like all the blues, finger picking blues that we've done that maybe people haven't practiced and need a refresher on, or maybe you've never done them, and we'll just build it back up. So one of the concepts I'm going to be talking about is the full plant, and we're going to, hi Katie, I'm going to be using that full plant idea right away to reaffirm that in this lesson. So do you see how I've got my thumb on my 6th string, and then I've got fingers lined up there? I'm just going to make sure everyone's muted here. Unmute yourself though if you have, there we go. Here. If you see that you are unmuted, can you mute yourself? Because my mouse seems to not be working. Thank you. But if you have a question, unmute yourself and ask it by all means. So the full plant idea, I'm going to have my fingers lined up so that I've got my ring finger on my 1st string, middle finger on my 2nd string, index finger on my 3rd string, and thumb on my 6th. Something I want you guys to notice is that sometimes people, they finger pick like this. See how my thumb is back? You want to do a thumbs up kind of style, so that your thumb winds up picking a little bit past your finger, if you can. It's not a hard and fast rule, but it's a good technique to try. So what I'm going to do now is I'm just going to pluck everything at once here. So thumb and the 3 fingers. Now when I do that, see how everything just comes in towards my palm of my hand, like I'm waving bye-bye. When you feel confident with that, then move your thumb up to your 5th string and try it there. Okay. And then your 4th string. And you may have to stop and take a look at your hand and line up your fingers again. This full plant technique is so nice. I like the feel of it. I like the feel of the strings under my fingers. Okay, go back to your 6th string and do it again. And again, what you're watching for, are your fingers curved and comfortable? Awesome. Just the fingertip is needed. Like I know I've got nails, but I don't just stick my nail underneath the string. I use my fingertip. And then the nail itself just gives it a bright finish. So you can finger pick without nails. You don't need nails to do this. How does that feel, having the thumb out like that? Are you guys able to copy that sort of look? Cool. Yeah, right on. Nice. Okay. Now what I want us to do is pick like this. 1, 2, 3. Just where you had those fingers sitting. Now that can feel weird, right? Having that ring finger kind of by itself. If that doesn't feel good, then you can do this. Okay. Or maybe this. Middle finger on the 1st string, index finger for the other 2 strings. The ultimate goal is to have a finger on each string doing that. Then we want this sort of sound. We're building it up into this little chord progression that I've got for us. We've got this now. We'll pluck, pluck, So that's string 6 and strings 3, 2, 1, right? Pluck, pluck. And then strings 1, 2, 3. Pluck, pluck, 1, 2, 3. Okay. When you feel comfortable doing that on the 6th string, then move your thumb to the 5th string and do the same thing. So plucking, this is called a free stroke because your fingers are not resting on the next string. So right now everything is free stroke. Pluck, pluck. See how I put my fingers on the strings before I do the 2nd pluck? I go pluck. That helps with the rhythm of what we're going to be doing. So we go pluck, prepare, and then pluck. 1, 2, 3. I can't stop watching my fingers on my screen. It's fun. I love finger picking so much. Now I'm on my 4th string. Pluck, pluck. 1, 2, 3. Okay. So those are the 2 techniques we're going to be using with this particular chord progression. The first chord that I'm going to make, I've got them written down on the whiteboard, but I don't want you guys to look at the whiteboard yet. I want you to just make sure. I know I'm awful. I keep all that stuff away. Make your E minor chord. So it's string 6 is open. There we go. And you've got fret 2 on string 5, fret 2 on string 4, then strings 3, 2, 1 are open. Okay. We're going to do, I think, 4 reps of that pluck, pluck, 1, 2, 3. But watch what I do. What do you think? Oh yeah, well that'll be fun. Okay, you're right. It's gonna be so much fun. All right, so we'll do on the E minor. We'll do 2 times off the 6th string. I'll demonstrate. And then again. And then I just move to my 5th string. Pluck, pluck, 1, 2, 3. Pluck, pluck, 1, 2, 3. Do you hear my little friend Finn? I had to shut the door. The other night I was teaching, I do these family ukulele lessons still with the Kamloops Music Collective here in town, which is so much fun. But he ran in, and my microphone's like right up there, and he ran behind me and let off this great big huge bark. And can you imagine what it would sound like on your side of the screen? So he's quite, he's full of beans again this morning, so he could be with my husband. Well, my husband has meetings or whatever. All right, so pluck, and then prepare your fingers, and then pluck, and then pick. 1, 2, 3. And do it again. 1, 2, 3. And then move your thumb to your 5th string. Pluck, pluck. 1, 2, 3. And again. Pluck, pluck. Ren, you're in your fancy shed. Oh yeah, right on. She made it on. This is so exciting, you guys. All right, so.
Sorry, technical difficulties after being away in Europe. All my computers aren't working yet.
Oh my gosh, hey. Well, you're
So
looking
great.
great. It's
Sorry
so good to see you back from Europe, by the way, I have to say.
Oh, thank you. I finally got on with my phone, so I don't know how long this will let me stay, but I apologize for interrupting.
Oh, that's
it's wonderful.
Awesome. Oh, this is awesome. All right, so I'll see if I can, okay, awesome. So we've done the E minor. Okay, so Ren, in case you're not sure about the E minor, 0, and then 2, 2 on strings, you got it. Okay, right on. So we did pluck, pluck, 1, 2, 3, twice off the 6th string, and then same thing off your 5th string. But we gotta move chords now, right? So the next one we're gonna do, we're gonna make our A minor shape, which is like ukulele D minor. Okay, so if you're used to playing ukulele and you're just learning these chord names, ukulele D minor is guitar A minor. So string 6 and 5 are open, fret 2 on string 4 and 3, fret 1 on string 2. Now you can play your 6th string with this one, and that's totally cool, but you might enjoy the sound of the A minor chord if you hit the A string with it. So that's your 5th string. So I go pluck, pluck, 1, 2, 3. When I say 1, 2, 3, that's just strings. 1, 2, 3. And then your 4th string, same thing. And again. Okay, so let's practice that again. So off the 5th string, pluck, pluck, 1, 2, 3, and again. And then to your 4th string. So let's tie the 2 in together. Okay, so go back to your E minor. We'll play 2 times off the 6th string and 2 times off the 5th string. Pluck, pluck, 1, 2, 3, 5th string. A minor. And then off the 4th string. So E minor and A minor look a lot alike, which is why it's nice, right? Got those guys, and then you just hop them down and add in that index finger. The next chord that we're going to do to connect it to ukulele looks like ukulele G minor. This is your D minor chord on guitar. So I'll give you a minute to make that shape. So 1st fret, 1st string, 3rd fret on your 2nd string, 2nd fret on your 4th string. Okay. Yeah, okay, Ren's got it. Nice. See that shape there, Katie? Got it? Yeah. Okay, right on. So this chord, D minor, sounds good with this one played open, your 5th string. 6th string open, not so much. I would avoid that one. But if you play, let's try it off the 5th string. We'll do pluck, pluck, 1, 2, 3. Oh, I like that. Now off the 4th string. Pluck, pluck, 1, 2, 3. Now, let's tie all 3 of those chords together, okay? I'm going to play it a little bit faster so you can hear the movement now. I'll probably repeat that. Hear that color change? It's so cool. Watch this hand when I do that. Pluck, pluck. See how I've got the that loose kind of feel? But I do that so I can plant my fingers. It just looks fancy when I do it fast, right? So here I am. Oh, whoops. It's so much fun to do, you guys. It looks like I'm doing that maybe a little further than I normally do. Oh, that's about right. But it's nice because I have that feeling, that touch. I do it slow and I get that. Okay, so give yourselves a minute to just play around with that. You might find that you want to hit different bass notes than I was doing, and that's okay. So back to my E minor. Now I'm on the 5th string with my E minor. Let's try that A minor again. I want to make sure that you guys are comfortable with these chord names because we've got one more chord to toss in there. Off the 4th string. D minor. So to get from A minor to D minor, I think about it like this. These two guys, bunny hop down. Do you see that connection there? That guy can go up, these guys go down. Oh, here goes Louise. Awesome. Now I'm not using my, normally I would put my baby finger there because my hands aren't that big, but I'm using this guy for a reason, and it's because the next chord we're going to do is a D sus4. Oh, check it out. Okay, so I've got my middle finger. Yeah, and you might have to use a different fingering than me. It's totally cool. 2nd fret on the 3rd string. And then strings 1 and 2, 3rd fret. Oh, hear that? Oh, that's so cool. And I'm just staying on my 4th string for that one. With my thumb to pluck. And pluck, pluck, 1, 2, 3, pluck, pluck, 1, 2, 3. Yeah, feel it? And like I say, you may have to change it. Like you may have to hop and go like this. You know, it's not the end of the world. I try to keep a finger in contact with my fretboard if I can, you know, when I'm changing these chords, so that's why I'm sitting like that. But you can hear with that, it wants to go somewhere, right? So I'm plucking. Now watch what I do. So I've got the 3rd fret on my 1st string and 3rd fret on my 6th string, whatever fingers get you there. I go like this. 3, 2, and guess what? And it cycles you back around, it spins you back around. So 3, 2, and you can take your time making that E minor chord because of course it's open on strings 1, 2, and 3 and open on your 6th string. So you can take your time setting up that chord. So it's nice. You just spin around and around with that. And there's no, I know that this chord, the D minor, can feel kind of stretchy, right? Especially if I make it like this, with my goal being to make this D sus4. It's worth it to get that cool sound. Hello, Louise. So with this sort of thing, I'm going to bring up the chord chart now so that you can see it. So here's all the chords that we did there, starting with E minor. Okay, and I'll see if I can just put it down on this chair back here and see if you guys can see it, okay? You totally can't. You can see the paper, my little dog shredded on the floor though. Will it stay? It stayed before when I tested it. Oh, there. Ah, okay, I just can't breathe on it and then it'll stay there. So Louise, what we're doing is we're doing a full plant and then a 1, 2, 3 pluck on each one of those chords. I'll move out of the way so you guys can see those. And the whole idea is you go like this. Pluck, pluck, 1, 2, 3. And like I was saying before, if the 1, 2, 3, having an individual finger on each one of those strings is a bit much yet, then use one finger and it's okay. Whatever gets you there, right? It's not about the perfecting things. It's about the process of learning, right? And we're all different people. We're all going to play it a little bit differently. That's the other thing too with this. You can decide how many reps of each chord you want to do and which bass notes you really want to use. Louise, down here, the 3, 2, 1, 6, and 1 is just a bass walk down. So you go like this. 3 and 3 on strings 6 and 1, as well as strings 2 and 3 open. And then it kicks you back into it. I'm going to play around a little bit with it, you guys, so you can hear how I just bounce around to different bass notes when I feel comfortable. Okay, so I'm on my E minor. See how I use my thumb on my 4th string? And then to my 5th string. Maybe I'll repeat it. See how my thumb is moving from one bass note to another? When you feel comfortable with that, then you'll start to feel that freedom. My dog feels oppressed right now. I'm not letting him in. So it's nice to have that. Gives you a chance to think, right? That 3-2. So I want you guys to take a few minutes, play around with the chords, okay? The whole thing, hopefully it's too bright. My lighting in here is just not that. Oh, whatever, it's all temporary. Maybe next week I'll be in that space. Ah, keep the hope alive. Take your time, play around. While you're doing that, I want you guys to also, if you have any questions or observations about your fingering, then let me know, okay? And let me know what you want to get out of this set of finger picking lessons. Songs you want to work on, techniques you'd like to explore. You know, we can just go for it. Louise, you've got an amazing collection of instruments behind you. Oh, looks so good. I've decided with my electric guitar lessons this season, I'm just going to play my flying V's. That's it, just my shredder guitars. On the D sus, can your index finger stay down? Absolutely. Absolutely. Yeah. It feels nice, right? Then you feel a bit more connected to that fretboard, right? Anchored. Does that, when I talked about keeping these 2 fingers down or using these 2 to hop to the D minor, does that make sense for you guys? Yeah. Okay. Cool. My computer wants to set up something right now. That'd be terrifying. So, kind of a rule of thumb, rule of thumb. Pluck, 1, 2, 3. Do 4 reps of that per chord. I was using bass notes 6 and 5 here, so 6 and 6, 5 and 5, and then moving, then 5 and 5, 4 and 4. But maybe you come up with a different, right? Like when I started playing around with it, then my thumb started moving around and I did kind of whatever I wanted. So it's all going to sound a little different. If you're playing with a bunch of other people, this pattern, this pluck, 1, 2, 3, would sound pretty nice with calypso strum, the island strum. So if you're playing in with a group, like you got a bunch of other people playing ukulele and they're doing the island strum. It's so much fun to do that. It adds another dimension to playing with other people. Pluck, pluck, 1, 2, 3. Louise, you've got a half-size guitar? Oh, what brand is that? My heart's all aflutter. I can feel my acquisition syndrome taking off.
It's called a Coronado.
It
It's
looks
just a
lovely.
little guy. My ukulele store was going out of business, so I got this. It was, you know, not expensive, just fun.
Hey,
But
just
it's good
fun.
on my hand. Feels good on my hand. Sounds good.
Let's hear it for smaller size guitars. Hey?
Yeah.
Yeah, right on. Yeah, right. And Julie's got a nice little Taylor, a Taylor Mini, right?
Taylor baby, or a baby Taylor.
Baby Taylor. Ah! Okay, well, let's find out. Katie, what have you got? That's a Taylor as well? Two Taylors? Okay. And Catherine, what have you got there? Ren.
I have no idea. I literally dragged.
Whoops. Oh no. I'm sorry. I muted you by accident. I'm so sorry. Can you unmute yourself, please?
I have no idea. I literally dragged it out of the closet today, and I believe it's my husband's from Austria, and it's an Antonaro. So
Sounds
it's very,
awesome.
it's a collector's, one might say.
Now, it's nylon strings, right?
Yeah. There's some steel here and some three steel and 3 nylon.
Those steels probably have a nylon core.
Okay.
Yep.
But I'll find out, because it's probably the first time it's been tuned in years too.
Oh, so exciting. I'm so glad it joined us.
I like the idea of Julie's Taylor baby.
Yeah, these nylon string guitars, they've got pretty wide necks.
Yeah.
Yeah, but less string tension. Because
it's very interesting to get back to this.
Mm-hmm.
It's very fun. Thank you.
Oh yeah. Well, this is exciting. So you guys, I would like to know what you guys would like to get out of these lessons. And you don't have to think about it right now, or say anything right now, but think about what you would like. What do you want to get out of it? Because I know before with Julie, we were doing a lot of finger picking blues. If you guys want to do more blues, we can do that. Classical pieces, pop songs, or how to accompany, like if you're playing in a group that's got a lot of other instruments, like this sort of thing, where you've got different picking patterns, ways to think about chord progressions. I don't know. Let me know what you guys want, and we'll go for it. So yeah, just think about it. How is this feeling though? The finger movements, are they working out okay? Because sometimes what happens, especially when you're doing a shape like the A minor, your pointer finger can touch the first string and make it a bit dull. So watch out for that. Make sure that my hand's going to look all cranked out of position right now, but see how I've got this finger up on its, up on its tippy toes, right? To make sure that we've got that space. That can help. I've got chunky little fingers, so I really have to watch for that. I'm going to play through this again, okay? So 4 times per chord, and nothing too fast, okay? We'll just keep it nice and chill. Pluck, pluck, 1, 2, 3. And what I'm going to do, so I'll make it, 6 and 5. I'll go 6, 6, 5, 5, 5, 5, 4, 4, 5, 5, 4, 4. And then for this one here, to kind of build that, and I'll do 5, 5, 4, 4 on this one too, okay? Just so you guys know what I'm doing for my bass note. So 6 and 5 on this, 5 and 4 on the other 3. So that we just have kind of a standard kind of thing to play around with here. All right. I'll just say pluck, pluck, 1, 2, 3, and then we can go together, okay? Pluck, pluck, 1, 2, 3 on E minor. And again on the 6. Then to 5. A minor now, 6. Or sorry, 5. And 5. 4. D minor. I'm gonna wait, make sure you guys are good. Okay. 5. 4. D sus4. I'm putting my baby finger down on that first string, or changing my finger position if I need to. 5. 4. Walking down 3, 2. Start it again. 5 there. Make your A minor. Number 4. D minor. Back to 5. 4. D sus4. Then to 4. Walk down 3, 2, E minor 1. You can do whatever you want with it, right? Just play, play, play. Sometimes I do that where I do 6, 5, 4, 5 for each chord. When I say that, I mean my thumb position. I can't really do it there on the D minor though. I can, but it makes it pretty dark. But it sounds like pretty intense after a while, right? Like, wow. Now this is just with minor chords, but I chose that so that you would have a bunch of open strings to allow you to move comfortably. So you start off slow, get confident, and when I say walking on the 6th string, walk down just like this, right? You've got the 3 and the 2, or sorry, the 3 on the 6th string and the 1st string, and then down to 2 and 2, and I'm plucking everything there. Or sorry, strings 1, 2, 3 in my 6th string. Yeah. Oh, Ren had to go. Okay, well, we'll see her next week. How's it feeling for you guys? Do you have any chord that you like that sound, or does the pluck, pluck, 1, 2, 3, does it make sense? That's the big thing, right? Or can I clarify anything? Because we've all got these guitars, we all have to play them. It's all feeling okay? Yeah, cool.
Just a question.
Yep.
That walk down, it's just each one, and then into the E minor.
You betcha. Yeah, I'm just plucking strings 1, 2, 3, and the 6th string when I do that. So I go 3, 2, and then start it all over again.
Okay.
Yeah. Just a simple way to keep it moving around. I mean, really. No. I'm not. I was about to go off on some great big tangent, but I stopped myself. I've had a lot of coffee. I could talk and talk about playing guitar for hours. I think you guys got that going on okay there, though. You can take any chord and do that with it, though, right? Like right, just the G, E minor. Let's try that. Make your G chord. Do you guys know your G chord? Ukulele C. Oh, a big fat stretch. You got it there? Yeah, okay. Okay. So let's just do one pluck, pluck, 1, 2, 3 on that. We'll take our time. And then to E minor. Then to C, which is ukulele F, plus a third string there. You guys got it there? Okay. And now I'm plucking off my fifth string. Pluck, pluck, 1, 2, 3. Then to D7, which is ukulele G7. And we're going to pluck the fourth string. And that's Last Kiss, right? The chord progression to the song Last Kiss. Same, I'll write those chords down for you guys. I think those chord progressions too. It's just an example of how you can take that pattern. Once you get your fingers moving, away you go. So if you're able to use 3 different fingers for those 3 different strings, that's awesome. But if you need to use 1 finger, it totally works. If you're going to do that though, it might be handy to use your pointer finger so that your pointer finger is ready to go. To do the plucking part again. See how my finger can go down like that and then just be ready. Back, it puts your hand back in position to do the plucking part. Okay, so I'm going to, before I get any further ahead of myself here, I'm going to just write down on my whiteboard some notes about those other chords to make sure I remember to talk about them. You see that? I was like a ninja. I caught my whiteboard before it went flying too. Oh, I'm on it, man. So I'm just going to say pluck, pluck, 1, 2, 3 for a chord, for our picking pattern for that. Sounds very technical. Whoops. Now we'll sit up there, and you can't necessarily see everything I've written on the back there or on the bottom. Come on, just stay there. I'll just hold it there. I'll take a picture of this and put it up on my website so you guys can have that. I think that's a good way to get your fingers moving and started up again. What I'd like to do though also is review some of the stuff that we've done before. You're just not going to stay there now, are you? Please? I'm just going to put this down here now because it's going to fall anyway, so I'm just going to put it down. So let's take a look at some of the stuff that we've done before. I feel like I'm on a mission here with you guys. I'm like, let's do this. Back to guitar. Oh, it feels so good. Now I guess the first question is, Do you guys all know about where to find my information on the website for PDFs and stuff? Julie does. Louise and Katie, have you gotten to my website before? Okay, cool. Now, I think that something that would be good to do would be to review. Did you guys do the Chicago style fingerpicking blues? Did you go through all of that with me? Julie did, yeah. And Katie, did you go through that with me? Kind of, sort of? No? Okay, let's review that. That'll be really good. I had so much fun doing that, so I feel like that would be good to review all of that. I'm just trying to find the one that would be best to start with. Okay. A lot of what we're doing with this one is plucking two fingers together. It's referred to as double stops. Okay, so I know that we've done this already, right? We've had all that going on, but now we're going to zero in on strings 2 and 3, just plucking there. Okay. Put a first fret on string 3. Okay. Now look at what I've got there. So I've got 1 and open on strings 2 and 3, and then 3 and 1. Okay. Now I'm going to toss in my 6th string. That 3rd fret gives you that nice bluesy sound. Let's do that again. So 1 and open, 6th string if you can toss it in. See if we can do this. This is taking us back to, I think we were doing this one in June. I'll show you the sheet music. I'll play through it and then I'll show you the tab. That's probably easier. So I'll play my first line and then I'll share the screen with you and then we'll go back and forth. So I've got this. See how I keep my index finger down on that first string or on that first fret all the time? I'm going to play it again so you can see that. So index finger is an anchor. Okay, so that's what it looks like. You got your thumb is just sitting on that 6th string. And I'm going to blow it up so that we're only really looking at the one part. Okay, I'm going to share my screen here so you guys can see it and ask questions, like ask away. Did you guys see that sheet there? You can see it okay? So we've got 6th string goes all the way through. This is our E pattern and our 6th string is named E. So we keep our thumb on that 6th string and we're making just this little tiny chord. First fret stays on that 3rd string all the way along. And then I use my baby finger on the 3rd fret of the 2nd string, but use your ring finger, whatever gets you there, right? So I'm going to play that line and I'll go nice and slow and just, like I say, play with me, ask questions. Here we go. 2, 3, 4. 1 and open there. Now add the 3rd fret. Back to the 1 and open. If it's hard to follow it, then play the stuff on the second string, which is O, O, 3, O, first string open, back to the second string. Because that will just zero in on the main part. That first fret on the third string, that's to help harmonize the song. So if you play the other stuff, like if it's hard to read any of it, just focus on that. So what I'm going to do is stop sharing for a minute so you guys can watch my hands again for that, and we'll just go back and forth a little bit. All right, so that blues in E, it's so much fun to play that one. And I've got 4 plucks on that 6th string because it gives you a chance to move this hand if you need to, right? Using those open notes to help you move. Reading tablature, how are you guys with that? I guess that's the other question. Like, yeah, okay, right on. The next one, the next line, I want to divide it into 2 parts. You've got the A pattern, so you've got your thumb on the 5th string. Index finger can sit on the 2nd fret of string 2. And then you're doing double stops for this A pattern just off strings 1 and 2. And then like before, I add a note, and it's the 3rd fret note this time. So just play that with me. So we've got our 2nd fret on our 2nd string, strings 5, 2, and 1. Pluck, pluck, add in that 3rd fret there. You might use your 4th finger there, right? But then you're going to have this now. See how I stretch up to my 5th fret? Let's do that again. So I'm still keeping my pointer finger down as an anchor, right, on that 2nd fret. So I've got 5 and 2, and the 5th string open still. Back to my E pattern. Okay, so I'm going to share that screen with you guys again so you can see it. Oh my gosh. He saw somebody. Oh, I see. Oh, there was some poor teenager walking down the road and he's judged him. Oh, Finn. You know, the first week we had him, he was so quiet you would never know we had a dog. And then he's like, hey, I have to protect these people from everybody and everything all the time. Oh, gosh. All right. So we're just on that 2nd line there. And you can see how that 2 just stays down on that 2nd string all the way through the A pattern. And I use my pointer finger on that too. And then when I go back to my E pattern, I move it to the 1st fret. Oh, and Julie's gone to the 3rd line and she remembers it all, doesn't she? Ah, yeah, okay, you guys. That's so cool. That's awesome. Okay. Oh, look at that. I'm going to go. And those are 2 options, to play everything together or alternate your fingers and thumb. Okay, Louise has got it going too. Right on. Okay. Well, then I'm going to sit and play through this. Yeah, show me your guitar, Katie. That's awesome. Every time we do this, if I can see your hands on your necks of your guitars, it's super helpful for me. All right, so I'm going to play this 2 ways now then. If you guys have got it all going on, I'm going to play through it where I'm plucking everything together, and then I'm going to alternate so fingers come first. fingers and then thumb. Okay, so let's see if we can play through it together. Not super fast though, and you guys all made it down to that third line with the B and the A, so wow, we're laughing. Okay, here we go. Nice and slow to start. 1, 2, 3, 4. Awesome. 1, 2, 3, 4. Here we go. Big stretch up to that 5th fret. 5, 3. Back to the E pattern now with the 1st fret. Right on. 1, 2. Those opens give me a chance to get my next chord ready on the B with the 2, open and the 2. And then I drop my middle finger down on that 2nd string. Back to the E pattern. 2, 3, 4. Okay, now let's play fingers and then thumb. So now it's going to be like this. So pluck, pluck, thumb, pluck, thumb, pluck. Okay, here we go. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 3rd fret there. Here comes that 3rd fret. 2, next line. Big stretch up to 5th fret. 3, open. Back to the E pattern. 2, next line. Now to your A, right on. Back to your E pattern. We'll add in those extra little bits. I'm going to stop sharing and play that so that it's on the recording, okay? So that you can see my hands if you need to. It's so much fun to do that stuff. Oh my gosh. All right. So here it is, just plucked. And I totally use that index finger as an anchor. 1, 2, lets me change. This is the A pattern. Still using the index finger as an anchor. Back to the E pattern. 1, 2, again lets me change. That's your B, and then to A. E. 2, 3, and alternating. Here's your B, A, E. Oh, so much fun. I just love that thing so much. Did you notice when I went from the B to the A? I tried to make it really, like I had my finger up higher than I would normally. B to A, and then to E. See how I walk my fingers down? when I say walk them down, I mean I'm trying not to make any unnecessary moves between the 3 chord shapes that I'm making. Now I realize they're not full chords, right? But try that with me. I made my B with my index finger and my ring finger. So just 2 on the 5th string, 2 on the 1st string. And then when I went to my A pattern, I put my middle finger down. Then to get to my E pattern, I put my 1st finger down. Now that only applies to the bottom line, right? Because normally with the A pattern, I'm using my pointer finger up there so that I can stretch to my 5th fret. But at the end, that bottom line, I do that sort of motion to get me through there. So now that's all recorded so that you can follow along with that when you're practicing. Now, that, I'm going to put the link for that image right up here in the messages so that if there's any question about which one that was, you can find it right there. That is the June 5th sheet, is what I labeled it as. So I'll what I'll do is I'll flip that back to the top of everything so that you can find that. And then add on the that. Oh, that's a nice variety of the two, right? E minor and then E major. Oh, I like that. Oh, that's fun. For some reason, I can't find all my... Okay, not all my screens are up and I'm not quite sure why. It's a technologically challenging day, I think, today. Maybe that's what's going on. There we go. Okay, so it's what I want to do now is just check in with you guys. Do you have questions about the new material I introduced or the review that might be new for people? Any, no questions? Okay, what I'm going to do is I'm going to stop the live stream now, and then